Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and the San Francisco 49ers have had an informal meeting with top 10 pick cornerback Will Johnson out of Michigan of the Michigan Wolverines. Now, we all know the 49ers love their Michigan players, hence Jake Moody didn't work out. Ronnie Bell didn't work out. But we were talking about first round type talent when it comes to Colston Loveland, who we talked about earlier today, and now Will Johnson of Michigan. He's 21 years old. He'll be 22 by the time he is drafted. He is 6'2", 202 pounds, your prototypical type corner. He has a 4.39 speed pre-combine, so we'll know soon just how fast he exactly is. He's an outside man press corner. He's everything you want in a corner. He was an absolute stud every single game that he played, from freshman all the way up until he got hurt, with only playing 6 games due to turf toe. In his freshman year, he was a All-American honors. Then in his sophomore year, he was a first-team All-American honors, being a solid defensive MVP all season for the Michigan Wolverines, who won the national championship that year. In his last year of his junior year, second-team All-American honors with a turf toe injury. He was still phenomenal in 6 games, 2 interceptions, and with those 2 interceptions for touchdowns, 3 pass deflections, 1 tackle for a loss, 12 solo tackles out of 14. With a 4.39 40, like I mentioned earlier. This guy was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. His dad also played in the NFL as well, so the bloodline has been passed down. This guy is phenomenal, man. He could do it all. He's fast. He's lanky. He stays squared to the man. Read the eyes of the quarterback. He's really sticky. The knocks on him are he gets handsy. But that's the knock on every single man press corner. Every man press corner that you possibly see or hear about in the draft, the weakness they're going to give about him is he's sticky, he's handsy. That's the job of a corner, especially a man press, to get really in them and stuff like that. So I kind of disregard that almost. This man is good. This man's good at his job. There's a reason why he's a top 10 pick in this draft. Some comps for you based on I saw around the league were J.C. Horn and Christian Gonzalez, who's phenomenal for the Patriots. Will Johnson, man, I love this guy. I think he's a can't-miss prospect. He's one of those guys where if he falls to 11, I know corner is not the biggest need for the San Francisco 49ers, but this guy is just that good. Constantly reading the eyes of the quarterback, stays square to the receiver, and he is locked down. Like I said, all those rewards that I mentioned, and he lived up to the hype of being a 5-star recruit. This guy is phenomenal. This guy is a future all-pro type corner. Can he falter in the league? Of course. Every prospect in the NFL draft can end up being a failure and not working out. Okay, that is always a possibility. These are lotto tickets. But if we're talking about potential and what we see of certain players coming out of college, this guy was an absolute stud. Like I said, he was a defensive MVP all season for that national championship team in Michigan. He was an absolute stud and probably would have won first-team All-American honors this year if it wasn't for that turf toe injury. People are saying, oh, he's injury prone. He's only been hurt this previous year with the turf toe injury. It's not like he missed a shit ton of games freshman and sophomore year. Injury is not a concern for me, especially considering it's just turf toe. It's not a torn ACL or an Achilles. Then that's something to be concerned about. This is something you recover from and be just fine. Will Johnson, informal meeting. I know that, like I said, the Michigan players are cursed, with the 49ers. They never work out, but they've never been first-round talents, right? We've had Jake Moody and Ronnie Bell, who are not first-round talents. Now we're talking about first-round talents with Colston Loveland and Will Johnson. If this guy falls to 11, draft him. He's a must-draft prospect, best player available, and would be our 3rd corner on the team. Really, honestly, our number 1 at that point, with Renardo Green and Lenoir, because the 49ers are going to fill holes in free agency, let's be honest here, and it's going to push some positions back. So hopefully they've addressed D-line and D-tackle and guard and center, so that way they can afford to take best player available, Will Johnson, at 11. Absolute stud. Let me know what you guys think of Will Johnson out of Michigan, and in the comments below, like the video, of course, because every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next vid. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.